Here in the United States, former President George W. Bush has defended his decision to attack Iraq in 2003. In his first major interview since leaving office, Bush spoke to NBC's Matt Lauer as part of a promotional campaign around his memoir, Decision Points.
So by the time you gave the order to start military operations in Iraq, did you personally have any doubt, any shred of doubt about that intelligence?
No, I didn't. I really didn't.
Not everybody thought you should go to war, though. There were dissenters.
Of course there were.
Did you filter them out?
I was a dissenting voice. I didn't want to use force.
Your words. No one was more sickened or angry than I was when we didn't find weapons of mass destruction. You still have a sickening feeling.
I do.
When you think about it.
I do.
Was there ever any consideration of apologizing to the American people?
I mean, apologizing would basically say the decision was a wrong decision, and I don't believe it was a wrong decision.
If you knew then what you know now,
that's right,
you would still go to war in Iraq.
I, first of all, didn't have that luxury. You just don't have the luxury when you're president. I will say, definitely, the world is better off without Saddam Hussein in power, as are 25 million people who now have a chance to live in freedom.
That was President Bush. Well, for more on Iraq, as well as Afghanistan and U.S. involvement in other parts of the Middle East, we're joined here in New York by independent journalist Nir Rosen. His latest book is called Aftermath, Following the Bloodshed of America's Wars in the Muslim World. Nir Rosen is also a fellow at New York University Center on Law and Security. Welcome to Democracy Now! Let's start with President Bush's words.
Oh, what's he going to say? This is a man whose legacy is Iraq. But he said that 25 million Iraqis are better off. Certainly the hundreds of thousands of dead Iraqis are not better off. Their families aren't better off. The tens of thousands of Iraqi men who languished in American and subsequently Iraqi gulags are not better off. The children who lost their fathers aren't better off. The millions of Iraqis who lost their homes, hundreds of thousands of refugees in the region are not better off. So there's no mathematical calculation you can make to determine who's better off and who's not.
Well, he said Saddam Hussein is gone.
Saddam Hussein is gone. That's true. The regime we've put in place is certainly more representative, but it's brutal and authoritarian. Torture is routine and systematic. Corruption is also routine and systematic. There are no services to speak of, no real electricity or water. Violence remains very high. So there's nothing to be proud of in this. The Iraqi people deserve much better, and they're the real victims of Bush's war.